So we did more Crucifix today. I'll go over that later. One thing we worked on was so when you have the knee pinch and you're rolling, I was wondering if that is the same as the fat man roll. So because you wanna, when you roll with them, if you don't have the wrist ride, then you want to surf on them in order to get side control. But I've had it happen where they get into like close guard from that. So I just want to take a look at some video and see if that's the same concept of rolling. The fat man roll, is that the same thing as, well, like, the opposite, right? Or is it the defensive side of the roll, as rolling in turtle, rolling in turtle. The other thing is got some trouble in mount and side control, escaping control and back, for that matter. Just need to go through my escapes and pick two in each of those. Side control, I have one where you bridge and then bring knees in. Mount, I have one where you the knee elbow escape. So I do knee elbow from mount, knee elbow from side mount. Back control is on the arm, and then get the shoulder down. So just one escape from each of those positions. I need an opposite escape so I can go back between them. Mount, there's the UPA, which I'm not that confident in. I don't think I've actually really taught that in class. I've just seen it online. Side mount, I think Tristan told me about another move. And then back control, we had like a bajillion. But they're all variations on getting your shoulder to the back, just depending on what side you're on. So, work on that. Roll with Carl. Carl is like weird rolling with him. It's kind of either like you're working on a dead body or he's choking you out. It's like, I don't know if it's just because I don't know what he thinks he's accomplishing, because either I'm trying out a choke on him or a sub on him because he just like lets me through, but then he's also just like limp, so it's like not realistic, and it's also like kind of hard. It's kind of hard to like do a sub on someone who's completely limp. Other ones, Christian was like being annoying, and he knew exactly what he was trying to do and just like not let me do it. But I think a lot of this, I'm picking things up, but I'm not executing them, and it's because I don't know the orthogonal approach. So if you do a move, if you do one move and you just like keep on hammering away at that move, someone can prevent you from doing it pretty easily. I mean, unless you have like a size or strength advantage, you can shut it down. Unless you have a size. If they have a size strength advantage, you're definitely not going to be able to pull it off. So you need to do that move with 100% conviction, but then pivot and do something orthogonal, and then go back to the first one. But you can't just keep hammering away at the same move. So, which is what I kind of do. It doesn't help that I don't know them well enough. So I'm like, oh, the first move's not working. Now I need to pause and like think, what's the other move that I know from this situation? So, yeah. So, and then I think it also doesn't work if you, like, say you're in De La Riva, you do like overhead and that doesn't work, and then you're like, oh, that didn't work, and then your next move is like a sit-up and then overhead again. Like that, I don't think that counts, because as you change your position, that gives them time to kind of reset. You need to have the orthogonal ones, because it's like, bam, you try it and it doesn't work, and then bam, you try the other thing that's like completely opposite. So if they're guarding against the first thing you do, then the second one affects them. So you need to do it like in quick succession, the two opposite moves. So if you transition to a different position and then do a move, that's not the same as doing the two orthogonal moves. Yeah. So I should just review. I was working on open guard retention also. That actually went a little better. I got past a lot, but I would also, like, I got past because I didn't do something right, not because I didn't know what I was doing. That is clear. So it's sort of a bit more execution, and then also being more proactive in, as I get into, like, as soon as I get into a position that I want to be in, attacking from that position rather than, like, right now I'm getting a little bit more tension in my legs and core, but yeah. So today went over some Crucifix. So opening the turtle in order to get into the knee wedge pinch. Then from there, with the outside leg, hooking over the arm, and then going for the wrist ride on the other side. Let's see. Then you do the first one first. You wait for the wrist ride, because as soon as you wrist ride, he'll probably roll, and if you don't get the hook in, you might not get it after the roll. If he rolls before you get the wrist ride, then you kind of surf over him into side mount. When he rolls, he'll try to get into close guard, probably, or half guard. And then, so after the roll, you want to get the leg sandwich. So your top leg has the arm, your bottom leg has the arm. Wait. Your top leg has his arm, and then your bottom leg has his leg, and then his arm also. So the sandwich is between, it's like your leg, his leg, an arm, and then your leg, I think. Alternatively, you can get his arm with your bottom leg, so it's like a what's it called? It's like an underhook, and then with the outside foot, you can go around the outside and hook the knee, so that his leg is not free. So it's less control, but either that, or if you have the arm underhook, then you could try to switch your legs, sort of like a pummeling motion. But if you don't want to risk losing that position, then you could keep the underhook and then go for the hook on the knee, back the knee. So once you have the crucifix, go for a cross collar choke. Probably won't be there. Go for the assassin's choke, which is taking. So you want to choke with your outside arm. So your outside arm gets the opposite lapel, your own opposite lapel, pulls it out, and then you want to get as much slack as possible. So if you need more slack, you put it behind your neck, your head, and use your body to stretch out, then you wrap it in either direction. You want to try the far side first, and then if that's blocked, then you go around the near side and bring your elbow in. If you lose the grip, on the other hand, you scoop his arm and then put it bring it up around behind his neck, and that creates like a Ezekiel choke. I think that's all